Buddies. It's Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Crafting, coming to you as an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States on Saturday, really early in the morning. So not only am I late night, Lori, I'm early in the morning, Lori. So I am later than usual because I've been preparing for a craft fair that I have today, which is Saturday. So I've been getting stuff together and packing and all of the things, was able to get a few things set up. So I'm going to do what is probably a very simple project. Um, I have everything prepped, so hopefully it'll go quickly. I want to remind you of the special that I'm having. I am offering, excuse me, a cardstock special. So if you purchase 6 packs of cardstock, I will basically pay for one of the packs. So you'll get 6, but you'll pay for 5. All right. So if you use this host code through today, through Saturday, um, at my store, lorimacari.stampinup.net, this will not work with other demonstrators, unfortunately. Or fortunately for me, it's just at my store. So if you use that host code, I will track any purchases and I will send you the price of a pack of paper back. So we'll figure out how you want to receive those funds. I can send a check, or we can do Venmo or something. Or if you're local to me, I can just give it to you the next time I see you. So buy 6 packs of um, cardstock. I will give you one of them basically for free. I am trying to boost my sales a little bit this month. We've got a little challenge going on. So I'm putting the ask out there. If you can help me, I'd really appreciate it. And it benefits you as well because on May 6th, when the new catalog releases, cardstock price is increasing. And it's more than just a few cents this time. So stock up while you can before the price increase. Help me out. I would appreciate it. So, with that said, let's move on. I received this card as basically a swap, and it's a calendar card. So you can see it was back from 2023. So I didn't do anything with it all of last year and didn't do anything with it yet this year. But I did get some of the calendar packs. So I thought I really need to get this done because we're already, a third of the way through the year, basically. We're in April already. So we're going to do this. It's like a little just kind of easel card. And, um, this one has some butterfly embellishments on it. I'm going to use the hearts. These are the adhesive backed heart sequins. I believe they are on the last chance list. So if you want those, you'll want to get those. And then I'm using the sentiment from Penciled Pear. This also is on the last chance list. And I featured some cards with this a while ago, within the last couple of months, though, probably February or March. I don't remember exactly when. And I love this set. It turned out very artistic looking, and I'm not the artist. So anyway, I'm using the sentiment from there. It's your day because I figured that fits from a calendar. So we will use that. Get this out of the way. I am using my Spotlight on Nature dies, and I used this one to make just a little sentiment circle for that It's Your Day. So let's go ahead and take care of that right away. We'll get that out of the way. Hopefully I won't mess it up because I didn't make an extra one. All right. And then I'll give you some of the measurements. I think we're going to go sideways. Nice. Phew. And then I just took a piece of white baker's twine. I think that's the white baker's twine. And I just looped it through a couple of the holes in there and made a bow on it because I thought it would look cute. And then I have half a sheet of cardstock. So this happens to be the Azure Afternoon, which is a beautiful blue hue. And it's 8.5 by 11. I scored it at 5.5. So like a normal half card, when you're doing a card, 5.5. And then I cut it at 4.25. So then I had my two bases all set. The other one I've set aside because I use that actually to do the piece that's going to become our easel. All right. I didn't score this one yet because I just wanted to do that with you. So then I have a white layer, and this I did at 4 by 5.25. We'll put that on. And then I did a layer from the Everyday Skies. This is an online exclusive. This is still available. These are some really pretty, like landscape type oil painting designs. Okay. And then the backs, look at that one. That's pretty too. The backs are just some more subtle prints. I think I've shown this before, but you can see the variety here. So you should get 12 designs, 4 sheets of each, two-sided. So that's a lot of possibilities. Let's set that off to the side. And let's glue these pieces on to get them out of the way. I wanted to have that white layer around here to make the clouds pop a little bit. And I suppose if you're just staring at your little calendar, maybe you're like daydreaming. So why not daydream to some clouds, right? Maybe that's not why you'd look at a calendar, but if you want just a little reference calendar, why not? Daydream. And we're going to put that on there. And I am dangerously low on my Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, it looks like. But not to worry, I have more. And the nice thing about the Tombow is that if you don't have it quite straight, you have a little bit of wiggle room. Now I'm left-handed, so I usually kind of make it cockeyed for some, but it's good for me. Okay. So then this piece, I'm going to put up on dimensionals. We'll use a few, probably just 3. So that's going to go here. This piece, which we need as the easel part to kind of hold it up so it doesn't flop around. This is 4.25 by 5. So if we do it, since this is 5 inches, I would want to score it in half at 2.5. Oh, let's try that again. We'll go 4.25 by 5. You ever do that where you cut by mistake? Whoops. Ask me how I know. All right, so let's use the scoring tool. And if we have 5, let's score it at 2.5. And then I'm going to score it at 1, looking at this side. And if I flip it over, I can score it at 1 here as well. Now, normally what I would say too is if we flipped it for those 1-inch scores, I should have done that first so I would set a good example. So basically, the bump that we create when we score, you get a bump on the other side. So that mountain would go to the middle. All right. And then we fold these others back. So we're going to end up with basically a W. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is put some tear and tape on here, because tear and tape is pretty strong. Not that this is going to be getting a lot of wear and tear, but it could get some. So we want a good adhesive. A lot of times for my 3D items, I will use my Tombow. And then with my tear and tape, I like to kind of burnish it onto the cardstock because that not only helps it stick on really good, it makes it a little easier typically for me to take off the backing paper. All right, so I'm just going to take it off the one side. Okay, so what we want this to do is be like this. All right, so I'm just going to come here and I'm going to put this on the edge of the card. All right, and then let's take these pieces off. And then what we can do is just close this down on it. And there's our easel, okay? So let's finish decorating this a little bit. I should probably wait to put this on until I have the calendar on. So I was at our dollar store, what used to be known as the dollar store. I now call it the buck and a quarter store because that's what it is. And I got these packs a while ago for $1.25. And I am just going to take this off of here. I guess I'll take the whole backing piece. And then we are going to put some glue on here. Make sure this is, yeah. If I had planned ahead, I could have cut this out. There's a magnet on the back. I could have cut it, but this will work. Hopefully that'll hold everything. We're just going to put that down here. And now we can put this on here. I want to make sure that this doesn't go off the edge because I still would want it to fit in an envelope. All right. And you could have it straight. I just want it to be a little whimsical, I guess. So I'm going to put it a little canted to the side. And let's trim our bow strings. And let's put a few little hearts on here. Now these are flat hearts, so they will mail really well, but your calendar is a little thicker. All right. So there we go. That's how it sits. That's how it looks. Pretty easy, but actually very cute and fun. I think it's fun. So the other thing you could do then is take some heavier scissors. You could use your snips, I suppose, but I don't want to dull them. And then you could put this on the back even. You wouldn't be able to mail this in a standard envelope because it's going to be more than a 1/4 inch. But that would be kind of fun to have on there as a notepad on the back. So let's do that. Because it came as a set from the dollar store. It had the pad of paper on the bottom part and the calendar on the top. So let's just see how this works. And then I'll let it sit up for a couple of days and see what happens. See if it collapses or not, because this does have a little bit of weight to it. And I suppose you could take part of the pad of paper off so that it wouldn't be quite so heavy. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to burnish that tear and tape on there again. Take those off. There. That's kind of a fun idea. All right, so there's our calendar with a notepad at the back. Kind of fun. And coincidentally, there's some of the darker shades that kind of coordinate with the blue. So that worked out pretty good. Let me know what you think. Easy enough to try on your own. Doesn't use a whole lot of paper. It uses less paper if you don't accidentally cut it like I did. But that's all I have. So I hope it was a fun card. You can kind of see my note down here that I was scribbling when I was putting it together. So the calendar card itself is 4.5 by 11, or 4.25 rather by 11, scored at 5.5. That's how you get the top part. Okay. And then the easel mechanism, if you will, if you want to call it a mechanism, I actually did, it's 4.25 by 5. The one that I got as a swap was measured differently, so it kind of gave you odd amounts that I didn't really think were necessary. So 4.25 by 5, scored it an inch, 2.5 inches, and 4 inches. So that's basically an inch on each side, because if it's 5 inches, obviously an inch in there would be 4. So that's it. Put it together, and you've got a cute little calendar stand. So thanks for stopping by and spending a little time from your day with me. And until next time, happy stamping.